What's up, players? Welcome to Sims Tennis. Today I'll be revisiting the Ezone 98 and trying to figure out why so many pros and college players have switched to this frame. So let's go ahead and start with a spec check, and then we'll get this thing out on court to see how it plays. The Ezone 98 should have an unstrung weight of 305 grams, and that's exactly what this copy comes in at, 305 grams. From there, the balance should be a 315 millimeter balance. And you'll see here we end up with the balance slightly more head light than that at 313 millimeters. Lastly, the unstrung swing weight of the Ezone 98 should be 285. You notice that our copy of the Ezone 98 was a little bit more head light than it should have been, and it also is going to come in under spec on swing weight at 278. So I'm going to write that down, and then let's go ahead and take this thing out on court and see if we can figure out why it appeals to so many high-level players. So besides the longtime Ezone users like Casper Ruud, Nick Kyrgios, and Naomi Osaka, we've also recently had a couple exciting young Americans switch to the Ezone as well. Brandon Nakashima switched from his Pure Strike to an Ezone recently, and Ben Shelton switched from the VCore Pro to an Ezone. We also saw Denis Shapovalov switch over from his VCore 95 for a while to give this thing a go. He ultimately didn't stick with it, but just the fact that we've got these players that play such big games and use control-oriented rackets, giving the Ezone 98 a try intrigues me. So let's start off by talking about Groundstrokes here, where I would describe the Ezone 98 as one of the most versatile frames on the market. I would definitely call that versatility its biggest strength, as it doesn't excel in any one facet of the game, but really allows you to just play your own game and let your own strengths shine. I can definitely see how pros would appreciate this, as we often see them gravitate towards rackets that allow their game to do the talking. One common example of such a racket would be the Blade, and when we break it down, the Ezone 98 and the Blade really do share a lot of similar characteristics. With the Ezone having a little bit of a thicker and stiffer frame, you're going to get a bit more for free in terms of some pop and forgiveness, and with the Blade you're going to get a softer and perhaps more slightly connected feel. I consider the Ezone 98 to be the modern day Blade, and I see it overtaking the Blade in popularity in the very near future. I think the modern day game has reached a pace at which any kind of forgiveness, free power, or spin that a racket can give you is at a premium, and I think the Ezone 98 offers all three of those over the Blade. As I mentioned before, the only thing you're really giving up using the Ezone over the Blade is just a little bit of feel, and I think that as more and more players grow up using these stiffer frames, the Ezone offers relatively good feel compared to the rest of the field. I'd be remiss if I ended this video without talking about serves, where the Ezone's characteristics allow it to excel in that category as well. That thicker and slightly stiffer frame really allow you to add some pace to your flat serves, and it's no slouch in the spin department either. My favorite serve with the Ezone was the slice, as I really enjoy the way you can get the ball to cut, and I was also able to utilize that spin when hitting kick serves as well. Ultimately, I think that all the benefits that an Ezone offers you over something like a Blade on Groundstrokes holds even more true when we're talking about serves. I think the added dash of pace and spin really make a difference and could wind up winning you a few more points throughout the course of a match. So all in all, if you're an intermediate to advanced level player who's not looking for an absolute spin monster or that scalpel-like precision, I really think you should give the Ezone a try. The Ezone sits nicely between these two groups of rackets and allows you to hit all the shots you need to win matches. Alright, so that's all for now. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, please hit that like button, and don't forget to embrace the grind.